Hey guys, welcome to another Red Gaming Tech video. As you might have guessed, this one is about a game that doesn't really need much introduction, Syndicate. Now, it was a huge game, and a huge series, should I say, back in the 90s. And one of the first games I actually owned for my PlayStation 1 was actually Syndicate Wars, which was a fantastic game. Now, I'll warn you before we start, I have got a bit of a cold, so I apologise if I sound a bit sniffly. It's a persistent little bugger. I've gotten rid of most of it, but I might do the odd sneeze or here or there, so please forgive. Anyway, moving on. This game is a bit of a departure, and I say bit in a very, very loose term. It's actually a huge departure from the remainder of the series. So I haven't done too much research on it because I didn't want to go into it with too much expectations. I was kind of drooling over some of the original trailers, but that was it. So I'm going into it fairly open-minded. However, I'm going to get this kicked off. First thing I'll actually mention before we get started is you can actually Alt and Tab fairly easily. Now I know that might not sound like a big deal. A lot of games don't support Alt and Tabbing too well on PC, and they like to crash. This isn't one of them. I've actually Alt Tabbed a few times just to check. Obviously if you keep doing it, it might crash. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the options. Subtitles on, off, all that good stuff. You can actually turn on aim assist, which I think I won't. Vibration is set to on. I don't think I've got my joypad plugged in. I've got a 360 pad and I think mine's disabled. Under video options, I'm recording 720p for obvious reasons. There is actually bit depth, texture filtering, anti-aliasing, model shadows, a few other bits and pieces built into the thing. I've got vertical sync enabled. Unsurprisingly, in the menu I'm getting 60 frames per second anyway. Under audio, not exactly a huge amount of options. There is speaker profiles where you can actually go home cinema and all that good stuff. And that's about it, actually. Oh, you can actually go TV. Overdrive. I have no idea what overdrive is, actually. Is it overdrive? Yep, it is. I didn't read that wrong. VoIP input, and you've also got output. So, that's pretty cool. Controls. You've got mouse, where we've got invert look. It doesn't seem to be a mouse filtering option of any kind. Whether that's a good thing or whether you just can't disable it is unknown. You've also got the usual foray of controls, and there's actually quite a lot of options, to be fair. So we're not going to really bother to look into it. I'll do the normal. You have unbound options. Oh God, tell me I haven't done that. Delete for default. Excuse the whining. It's just my one of my cell phones crying at me because it feels like I should recharge it. I maintain that that's actually not the case. Anyway, I'm not going to bother to look in options or anything. We're just going to jump straight into the campaign. Obviously, new game is the only options for me. And as for difficulty, I feel that hard is probably not the way to go at the start, so we'll go with normal. I do like that.
In the year 2017, the world's largest corporate merger leads to the creation of a new.
I do quite like the fact it started in 1993, which is of course when Basic Syndicate first started. I'm going to do a lot of talking over this, simply because I don't feel that people are going to be watching this specifically for the storyline. I'm really sorry about all the blowing on my nose. As I said, it really, really, really doesn't want to leave me this cold. I've had it for a few days. Not that you guys probably care about that, but anyway, just point it out. That's a lot of people.
57% are chipped and linked to their preferred corporation. The rest are digitally locked out of sight and out of mind.
Of course, it's a very dystopia kind of storyline, which I quite like, actually. Back in the 80s and 90s, of course, it was a huge thing. There was a lot of dystopian kind of films, so it's kind of settled down now.
You are the chosen few. An agent.
Now, one thing I will say is, despite me actually having the volume up fairly loud on my system, I'm listening to it through headphones, so maybe one of those options is a tad quiet. I don't particularly know. The actual volume is not actually that high. I don't know if it's just on my system, but it's not as loud as I expected. I expected it to be louder than that. Not a big problem, just thought I'd mention it. Of course, many of you guys are probably going to have a 10,000 watt system, so it's not going to be a problem. However, being as I'm listening to it through a TV and then connected up to a weedy set of headphones, I've had to turn it up a little bit louder than normal. Press enter to continue, it says, and I seem to be strapped into a chair, which seems to be the standard start-up for many games. Wow, first thing I'll say is it actually looks very pretty. On my system, even though I'm only running at 720p, it looks pretty damn beautiful. First thing I'll mention as well, or second thing shall I say, is I'm actually getting 60 frames per second. And ow! Third thing I'll mention is being punched in the face is not pleasant.
Okay, it's time to wake up.
Okay, to wake someone up, you don't punch them in the face as they're waking up. It's generally the opposite thing what happens. Still unable to move at the moment, so it's one of those. Press mouse 3 or X1 to execute. Let's press mouse 3.
Initializing dart overlay.
That, of course, would be clicking in the middle mouse button. Ow. Okay, press F to get out, I'm assuming. The only problem, of course, of hammering buttons on a keyboard is it's not the most effective method to get up. But I'm not going to whine about it. First thing I'll mention about the graphics is, holy crap, it looks beautiful. Also, interestingly, I can actually see my own feet. That's got to be one of the first in an FPS game. Normally, you don't get to see that. The lighting is, holy crap, beautiful, I will say. Apparently they're coming for me. That's never what you want to hear when you first wake up from being punched in the face. I will say that it actually looks pretty damn gorgeous. Textures are very impressive. I'm not saying it's the best looking game ever, obviously it's really early, but it does look very nice. You can run by holding the shift key, and holy crap, those neon signs look amazing. Ow, they are shooting at me. They are shooting at me. Oh, I can slide, awesome. I can't help but feel that they are not being friendly or offering a welcoming start. Okay, so I can leap over. Okay, pretty standard stuff. And I can open by hammering. Apparently I have to hammer it. That's one thing I'm not too liking. I'm not that much of a fan of those mechanics. And holy crap, I've got a gunship after me. Let's crawl under here. I was almost going to derp that, I must admit. Why they have this inclination to shoot me in the face, I'm unaware. It's actually pretty good so far. Well, ow, I'd say. Sorry about the whining once again on my phone. First thing I'll say is I'm loving the intro. It's very different. I seem to be awake now, although I don't have a gun still, which is unfortunate to say the least. Oh wait, I take that true. Now I have a gun. And hold F and I now have a pistol. Which is a great start, I feel. Let's see, you can right click, or hold the right mouse button, shall I say, to aim down the sight, so that's pretty standard, great stuff, awesome, awesome, awesome. And apparently I can also collect this, although I'm unsure what it is at this point. Let's have a look. Apparently it's a standard PDA, which, if you've ever played Deus Ex, Human Revolution, if not, I'd once again encourage you to do so. It's very much like that, with the PDAs on that game are very big. Thank you for not making me do a tappy sequence site. I'm going to call it tappy sequence, just for the hell of it. Hi. Apparently if you shoot him in the face, he doesn't appreciate it. It's interesting how you can execute pretty much anyone.
Because remember, without chip technology, no one is ever safe.
Okay. He's holding his gun out quite far, actually, which is a little bit weird. I'm unsure exactly what the point of that is at the moment. I'm sure it'll come more clear later on. I don't quite like how far he's holding his gun out. I wonder if he can actually holster it. The normal button for that, of course, would be H. Oh, that doesn't seem to be the case here. I'm not going to bother to look in the options yet to check that out. Interesting. He actually puts his gun away. That's a nice touch. The wall textures are in particularly pretty good. I'm getting still standard 60 FPS, so that's not exactly that impressive considering I am running at only 720p. So who knows?
Local power grid is offline.
Huh. I need to reroute power apparently. I have no idea how to do that, however. So to go up the ladder, you just walk up to it. You don't have to press a button for that, which is always a plus. I'm gonna guess I probably can't go through that wall, door, should I say?
Detected in this vicinity.
Oh, blast. First thing I'll say is they are shooting me in the face, which is not particularly friendly. Oh, you can do the leaning thing. That's quite interesting. It's not an actual cover button. You can also somewhat do it on walls. Though it doesn't really work on doorways so well. I'm curious how it would work on something like this. Not too well, if I'm honest. Huh. Oh well. So you just automatically walk over ammo to... or the same weapon type to pick up ammo, which is fairly standard. Nice that you don't have to press F on every single thing, which does get old pretty fast, if I'm honest.
Main power grid restored.
Main power grid is restored, apparently. I'm also making more friends. I don't think they want to invite me to an early Christmas party or something. I'm not exactly sure what that does. Let's quickly get down here, though, as I have a feeling...
Dart overlay highlights enemy positions.
Ah, that's handy. You don't get much long on the dart overlay. It runs out fairly rapidly. I'm not paranoid, I'm merely cautious. Apparently, they seem fairly oblivious to being shot in the face. Although, pistols out, I'm being shot from a particular direction. I'm unsure of which one, however, at the moment. The good old moment you're not actually sure where you're being shot from. I'm assuming I can't go through here. But oh, crap! I don't know if I'm supposed to go through there. I doubt it highly. So I have to go towards the people with automatic weapons, which is never what you want. They're still somewhat convinced that shooting me is a good plan. I would dispute that highly, and I do really love the sliding. I wish more games would actually implement that. Oh god, I see that target in sight. It's not ever a good sign. I feel like it's good to cover for a moment. I think I have regenerating health, as far as I can tell. It seems like that's the case. There's actually quite a few of them, and some up there as well. This is not a good position for me. I don't feel I should have gone here whatsoever. However, I don't see another particularly great hidey hole. Maybe over here. Yeah, that was actually a much worse position. I'm not doing particularly well here, unfortunately. Ah, there we go. The good old red screen of death has decided to... There we go. Let's activate this whole queue thing so we can... Huh. I seem to have really upset this guy. Let's just see if he runs out of ammo anytime. Hi. Well, that worked well. He just seemed to like the spray and pray approach, which is fair enough on him. However, it didn't seem to work well overall. I now have a zoomy thing, although I can't look down the sight, so I'm unsure if there's an actual option to do so. It's quite interesting how there is actually a sight on it. It doesn't... Oh, I can switch by a simple mouse wheel. I'm unsure, of course, for you PC, for you console folk. Right, let's see. Hopefully I won't continue to suck as badly as I have been, because I'm hardly setting the world alight with my rather stellar performance, am I? Right. Oh, don't you just hate it when you hear that single click? I'll also say these guys really love body armor. Which is not too great for me. I'm unsure if I actually saved the woman. I don't actually see a corpse anyway, so maybe she just decided to bugger off. Which, to be fair, you know, being shot at probably is a good sign. Let's see. No secrets here, it doesn't look like. There is some propane tanks, it seems. Which is pretty... which is fairly staple for most games. I feel I'm gonna just head up. They really do not like me. Oh! Yeah, that explosion was pretty big. That was not the smartest decision I've ever made. I just wanted to blow something up, and it turns out I should not have done that. No, 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 no. So, I know for next time that blowing up a propane tank... I just said that and I blew up anyway. On the plus side, I don't think they appreciated it. I do quite like this overlay. Whoa, 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 whoa. They are literally everywhere, holy crap. There's a couple up there. So... I think I just shot him through something. Ah, I think I just shot him in the noggin. Don't know if he's down for the count, so to speak. I'll take that as no, and I have another friend. I seem to be making them rather interestingly fast here. I think I'm just going to cower here for a few moments. I feel that's the best option. Maybe if not for him, but certainly for me. If you would stick your head out, good sir. You know what? This whole long shooting thing is annoying me. Let's just go meet him and say hi. There we go. Much more effective. Oh, I can charge for a wall, apparently. Whoa, indeed I can. Well, I was on the roof.
Glad to have you back, Kilo. Let's get you in the chair. Security, go ahead and clean up the proving grounds. Sit down, Kilo. I need your post-mission stats.
Hello? Ah, there we go.
Subject is secure. Data.
Now, her voice sounds very familiar. I'm unsure exactly where it's from.
Wait, let me just... Unusual activity.
Right.
I have to keep an eye on that.
While this cutscene's running, I'm going to try to repair my own body because
But protocol states that
What?
Buckhole's
You're
decided to
lecturing
rape me a
on
little bit.
protocol for my project. Out.
You heard the nice lady, run along.
You're very valuable. Everybody...
I'm assuming I can't skip this, unfortunately.
Tell you what, Kilo.
I can't actually move my head.
I give you something instead.
What the hell?
Chip-to-chip upgrades initiated.
Hello, Liz.